Welcome to another episode of T-Sports Texas High School Football. It's the first week of Texas High School Football, and the games did not disappoint. I mentioned in my last podcast that I may check out a game other than the Duncanville game, which since Duncanville had a bye, I had to find something to do. So why not go check out some other teams around the metroplex and enjoy a good Friday night, actually this time it's actually Thursday night football in Metroplex. Well, my daughter and I, we decided to go check out the North Crowley versus Lancaster game. So it was good having my daughter as company this time around. Really enjoyed spending time with her whenever she's in town. So we went out to Fort Worth to North Crowley to see North Crowley take on Lancaster. So this was a battle between Lancaster, a Dallas team, versus North Crowley, a Fort Worth team. So you know whenever there's a Dallas versus Fort Worth game, it's going to be epic. And in true Texas fashion, there was a lightning delay. So even though the game was scheduled to kick off at 7 p.m., because of the lightning delay, we had to wait 2 hours before the game started. So we just chilled, hung out, waited for the rain to pass, waited for the lightning to pass, and then it was the start of the game, and it did not disappoint. The first quarter was a true test, a true battle between two really good teams. They were feeling each other out. So at the end of the first quarter, it was pretty much 0-0. The North Crowley quarterback, who is a transfer in from Inglewood, California, had a rocky start. He had 2 interceptions in the first quarter, and the game was pretty close. Really, two teams battling it out, really trying to fill each other out. North Crowley did lose 2 key players, their quarterback, and also their wide receiver, Quentin Gibson, to Colorado. So it was very interesting to see how they would fare this very first game of the season. As expected, it was a pretty tight battle. First quarter was a stalemate, 0-0. Second quarter, Lancaster drew first blood. They went up 7-0. But soon after, North Crowley tied it up and elected to go for the 2-point conversion. So they went up 8-7. Then later on in that same quarter, Lancaster came back and scored a field goal. So the score was now 10-8. So it was a very close game. And at half, the score was 10-8. So it was a pretty close game. The second half was still close. Lancaster did have a few busted plays on defense and allowed North Crowley to score some wide open touchdowns. So really good battle, really close game. At the end of the game, the score was 22 North Crowley, 18 Lancaster. So it was a really close game, really tight game. And man, it did not disappoint. So I know North Crowley, since they won last year's 6A Division I state championship, they probably weren't too happy with the outcome, but a win is a win, so we'll see what happens. However, next week is going to be a really big game. North Crowley will take on DeSoto. DeSoto last year lost to North Crowley in an epic battle where the scores were going back and forth. I know that DeSoto will definitely want to avenge their loss to North Crowley from last year's game. So this time, DeSoto is going to travel to North Crowley. The game is going to be at North Crowley. So it's going to be another really interesting game, really epic battle between a Dallas team and a Fort Worth team. DeSoto against North Crowley next week. So that should be pretty interesting. Speaking of DeSoto, well, DeSoto definitely had a shocker this first week. Just to go back a bit, last year DeSoto took on a Creekside team from Georgia, and last year DeSoto blew this team out 70-0. They were just on a rampage. Well, this year DeSoto actually traveled to Creekside. So they traveled to Georgia to take on the same team from last year, Creekside. And I was really surprised by the outcome. This Georgia team beat DeSoto 70-28. So I I've never seen DeSoto lose by that many points. It was just a shocker to me when I saw the score. First of all, I wasn't even expecting DeSoto to lose, and the fact that they lost so badly, it was just a shocker to me. So I know the coaching staff is probably not happy, and I just wouldn't want to be on that flight home from. I definitely wouldn't want to be on that flight home from Georgia to Texas. I can just imagine. So DeSoto is definitely going to want to avenge their loss against North Crowley, and they're coming back from just a blowout in Georgia. So we'll see how they bounce back. But the game is going to be really, really interesting, that rematch. So Georgia won the battle of the states against DeSoto this week, but we'll see. Rounding out my coverage of interesting epic games, North Shore versus South Oak Cliff. Another team where last year North Shore beat South Oak Cliff, and now the shocker is South Oak Cliff beat North Shore. So North Shore, everyone know North Shore. They've been to the finals against Duncanville. I'm not even going to say how many times, but it's always been a huge battle between North Shore and Duncanville in 6A division finals in the state championship. But this time around, South Oak Cliff pulled off the win against a strong North Shore team. So we'll see how this shapes up throughout the season. Next week, South Oak Cliff takes on Duncanville. I really want to see how this game unfolds. I will be attending that game, so I'll definitely comment on the outcome after the game. But this season is really shaping up to be a really good season. Outcomes are not predictable. Teams that normally win certain games are losing. It's really just any man's game this year. So I'm really excited for the season. Looking forward to next week's game. So just to recap, North Crowley beat Lancaster 22-18. South Oak Cliff beat North Shore 41-31. And Creekside, the Georgia team, beat DeSoto 70-28. Wow. Some other notable games across Texas. Allen defeated Midland Legacy 46-13. Prosper defeated Austin Westlake 29-22. Highland Park lost to Rockwell Heat 52-49. Aledo defeated Geyer 21-14. Well, that wraps up another week of T-Sports Texas High School Football. It's football season, so definitely ready and can't wait for the upcoming week. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe.